Hi everyone, myself Vamsi Krishna. In this session, I am going to talk about Docker and I will explain all the Docker concepts in this session. What is the history before containerization and reasons to use containers, and what is Docker, and what is Docker file, images and containers, Docker compose and Docker swarm. All these things we will go through one by one. Let us get started with our discussion. Since Docker is a containerization platform, before I tell you that, it's important that we need to understand history behind containerization. I have a diagram with me. Let us go through this diagram and we'll start understanding one by one. Before this diagram, we need to understand history before the containerization. Before containerization came into picture, the leading way to isolate organized applications and their dependencies was to place each and every application in its own virtual machine. These machines run multiple applications on the same physical hardware, and this process is nothing but virtualization. But virtualization had few drawbacks, such as virtualizations were bulky in size. Running multiple virtual machines lead to unstable performance. Boot up process would usually take a longer time, and VMs would not solve the problems like portability, software updates, or continuous integration and continuous delivery. These were the drawbacks which led to the emergence of a new technique called containerization. Now, let me tell you about containerization. Containerization is a type of virtualization which brings virtualization to the operating system level. While virtualization brings abstraction to the hardware, containerization brings abstraction to the operating system. To understand containerization in detail, we will use this diagram. If you see, containers have no guest operating system and it will use the host operating system. So they share relevant libraries and resources when needed. Processing and execution of applications are very fast since application specific binaries and libraries of containers run on the host kernel. Booting of container takes only a fraction of second, and also containers are lightweight and faster than virtual machine. I hope now you have understood what containerization is and the reasons to use containers. Let us start understanding what is Docker. Docker is a platform which packages an application and all its dependencies together in the form of containers. Let's say in this example, container 1, container 2. This containerization aspect of Docker ensures that application works in any environment. As you can see the diagram, each and every application run its own container and has its own set of dependencies and libraries. This will make sure each application is independent of other application, giving developers surety that they can build application that will not interfere with one another. So a developer can build a container having different applications installed on it and give it to the QA team. Then the QA team only need to run the container to replicate the developer's environment. This is how it goes. Let us understand more about this Docker. Next, I have one more diagram where we will see Docker file and Docker image and containers. If you see the diagram, Docker file, Docker image and Docker container. When the Docker file is built, it becomes a Docker image. And when you run the Docker image, then finally it becomes a Docker container. We'll come back to Docker file. Docker file is a text document which contains all the commands that a user can call on the command line to assemble an image. So Docker can build images automatically by reading the instructions from a Docker file. You can use Docker build to create an automated build to execute several command line instructions in succession. Docker image. In general terms, Docker image can be compared to a template which is used to create Docker containers. So these read-only templates are the building blocks of Docker container. You can use Docker run to run the image and create a container. Docker images are stored in the Docker registry. Either you can use public registry or you can use private registry. It's up to you. Public repositories like Docker Hub, and private one you can use Nexus or some other things to maintain the private registry as well. Generally, it can be either user's local repository or a public repository like Docker Hub, which allows multiple users to collaborate in building an application. What is Docker container? Docker container is a running instance of a Docker image, as they hold the entire package needed to run the application. So these are basically readily applications created from the Docker image, which is ultimate utility of Docker. Now hope you understand what is Docker file, Docker image, and Docker container. And we have still two more concepts called Docker Compose and Docker Swarm. Docker Compose is a YAML file which contains details about the services, networks, and volume for setting up the Docker application. So you can use Docker Compose to create separate containers, host them, and get them to communicate with each other. Each container will expose a port for communicating with other containers. Finally, we have a concept called Docker Swarm. Docker Swarm is a technique to create and maintain a cluster of Docker engines. The Docker engines can be hosted on different nodes, and these nodes, which are in remote location, form a cluster when connected in swarm mode. With this, we have complete end-to-end theory about this Docker, wherein you have to understand all the basic terminologies of this. Only then we can do the hands-on session. This is only theory session. For the hands-on session, I have created a playlist. We can start referring to that one by one. Thanks everyone for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel.